In a world where roads don't always stay paved and adventure lurks just beyond the next bend, two machines rise like warriors in armor. On one side, the Toyota Fortuner, an SUV so legendary it's been through deserts, jungles, and war zones. It's the people's off-roader, a machine that earns respect not by its flash but by its fight. And on the other side, the Ford Everest, a newer breed, bold and intelligent, refined and ruthless, like a cybernetic wolf disguised in chrome and steel. These aren't just vehicles, they're ideologies forged in metal. This is not a review. This is a war. And it begins under the hood. The Fortuna flexes a 2.8-liter four-cylinder turbo diesel engine. It doesn't scream, it growls. Hard, producing 200 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque, it isn't built to impress on paper, it's built to conquer on land. Its throttle doesn't encourage you to speed, it invites you to dominate. Whether you're pulling weight through mountains or crawling over uncharted trails, it performs like a beast bred for punishment. This engine isn't a machine, it's a heartbeat, a pulse that doesn't just drive, it endures. But then enters the Fort Everest, almost silent, like a modern assassin. Its 2-liter bi-turbo diesel engine may sound like a downgrade in size, but what it lacks in volume it makes up for in fury. It dishes out 200 horsepower, yes, more than the Fortuner, and the same 500 Nm of torque, but with a twist. The Everest knows how to use that power. It's married to a 10-speed automatic gearbox, a transmission so smooth and intelligent that it doesn't just shift, it thinks. Every acceleration is calculated, every downshift is timely. This isn't brute strength, this is technological warfare. Where the Fortuner is a hammer, the Everest is a scalpel. Precise, quiet, and lethal. Inside the cabin, the difference becomes even clearer. The Fortuner's interior feels like a soldier's quarters. Clean, functional, dependable. There's leather, yes. There's touchscreen tech, sure. But it's the kind of luxury that doesn't care if you spill coffee after a bumpy ride. It's practical, reliable, built to last 10 years without a squeak. The dashboard is solid, buttons, tactile. And everything is exactly where it should be because the Fortuner isn't here to entertain you. It's here to serve you. Now step into the Everest and suddenly you're not driving an SUV, you're piloting a command center. The moment you sit down, a massive 12-inch touchscreen dominates your view, connected to a fully digital driver's display. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto sync like magic. Ambient lighting bathes the interior in cool elegance. Even the gear shifter feels like a piece of future tech. It's luxurious, yes, but it's also purposeful. The Everest isn't about showing off. It's about leading forward. This cabin whispers power through design. It's not just where you sit, it's where you command. But then, everything changes when the road ends. You leave the city lights behind, dust replaces pavement, the air thickens, the rules change, and now, the real test begins. The Fortuner transforms. Its part-time four-wheel drive kicks in. The high ground clearance 225 mph gives it authority over rocks and rivers. Engage the rear-locking differential, and suddenly, you're no longer a driver, you're an explorer. It doesn't matter if you're scaling steep slopes or crossing muddy trails, the Fortuner walks through it like it's taken a Sunday stroll. This is where legends are made. But the Everest doesn't back down. It comes alive in terrain that terrifies lesser machines. Its permanent four-wheel drive system adapts before you even know what's coming. The terrain management dial gives you direct control: sand, snow, mud, rock. Each mode recalibrates the SUV in real time. The Everest doesn't just respond to nature, it reads it. Trail Control, a cruise control system for off-roading, lets you crawl through chaos while focusing on steering. No footwork required, just grip the wheel and glide. And with an identical 800 m water wading depth, it dares you to find something it can't conquer. In this jungle chess match, Fortuner plays with strength, Everest plays with strategy, and neither blinks. Safety is not optional in this war, it's essential. Toyota arms the Fortuner with its Safety Sense suite, pre-collision systems, adaptive cruise control, and lane departure alerts, strong enough to earn your trust. But Everest goes further, much further. autonomous emergency braking, pedestrian detection, post-collision braking, evasive steer assist, and even a driver attention monitor. The Everest doesn't just protect you, it watches over you like a guardian angel with an eye. In this battlefield, Fortuner brings armor. Everest brings a shield made of artificial intelligence. And then there's road presence. Because let's be honest, when you roll up in a Fortuner, people notice. Its tall frame, flared arches, and unmistakable silhouette command respect. It looks like it's built for war, and it is. You don't question a Fortuner's authority, you simply give it space. It's old school, unapologetically aggressive, a warrior dressed for battle. But the Everest takes a different approach. It's wider, lower, sharper. It doesn't demand attention, it earns it. With its signature grille, matrix LED headlamps, and clean shoulder lines, it speaks through silence. It doesn't need to growl. One glance is enough. It's elegant, refined, confident. If the Fortuner is a warrior, the Everest is a general. When the long drives begin, fuel becomes your currency, and here too the Everest makes its case. Thanks to its bi-turbo tech and 10-speed gearbox, it ekes out more kilometers per liter, up to 14 on highways. The Fortuner sticks close, around 12 to 13 km/L depending on how heavy your foot is. Both come with around 80 liters of fuel tank capacity. Both can go the distance, but Everest does it with a touch more efficiency. So here we are. After dust and diesel, torque and tech, leather and steel, who wins? If you want a machine that survived civil wars, navigated Himalayan cliffs, and still sells like gold in the used market, the Fortuner is your champion. It's built like a tank, with resale value carved in stone. It's not a car, it's a legacy. You buy it for 10 years, maybe more. It doesn't care about trends, it defines them. But if you're the kind who craves innovation, who wants tech, comfort, power, and precision in one futuristic package, the Everest is the weapon of choice. It's not trying to replace the Fortuner's legacy, it's trying to write its own. If you loved this SUV face-off, hit that subscribe button, comment below with your winner.